of sucked, didn't it? Wonder why that tanked, but oh well. Let's go sell some shit. $4 gold for firewater. Gold 36 for that bad boy. Oh, what else we got? What are iron feathers going for? Anchor of Undeath. 15 gold. Soil, 7. Okay. 6 silver for those, but I need the blue. Fiend parts, 11. 11. 17 for that bad boy. 17 silver. So let's say let's say 15. So 3 gold a stack, give or take. And it's pretty easy to farm that shit. Might go farm that stuff. Also get some essence of water. I think those are still selling for
You need something?
pretty good amount. I think that's it, right? Yeah.
Safe travel.
Go repair, and then we'll head over to Fellwood. Kill some trees.
Can I help?
And every now and then, maybe a water essence or two. I don't think there's anything else that'll get out of here. You know what? Let's go pick up some more food.
Help you find something?
Browse your goods, baby.
Be careful.
See what those aquamarines are going for. Aqua. People sell these things. What the fuck? Get them on a merchant. So 68. See if there's another little area, because that would be another one too. Aquamarine. Looks like they come out of predominantly true silver and mithril. Okay. Can fish these things? What the fuck? It's a little odd. What you doing, baby Phil? Da, da, da. All right. Display. Ray tools. Data feeds, skins, plugins, blah 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 blah. So how do I get rid of one of these fucking things? Resize, resize, resize. So I can close all, but when I click on it, it'll open one, which is good, right? Oh, that's not really in the frame for you vertical people out there. I'll put it in the frame for you. And then what I can do as well is I'll pull the second one up, right? And then I'm going to make it the same size. This bad boy here. Bring it over to this side. Seems a little bit off center, doesn't it? least for you vertical people. So let me blow this up. Open that a little bit more. Right. Right there. Grab my boy here, put him up here somewhere, yeah. Where am I going to put my boy? Let's just put him up here. Oop. There. Now, I'm going to lock this. I'm going to make this into a different kind of plug-in, which is tiny thread. Okay. Alright. Now close all. When I do that, I can open both, right? Or I can just right click and open all. Yeah, so then I'll have my threat and my DPS down here. Lock that up. I think that'll be alright. Alright, what was I gonna do? Oh yeah. Ye old trees.
King's order, friend.
Okay, so we want to go to Booty Bay, right? No. What lands? No, I was right. Booty Bay. Booty Bay will get us a little bit more south. Or not Booty Bay. That'll get us some Ratchet, so in the middle there. Damn it. Now, why did that do that? There we go. I want to grab the whole thing, bud. Why are you not? I can move that one just fine. There we go. Alright. Get down here to the boat. What is today? Monday? Shit. forgot to do the fucking fish tournament yesterday. Oh well. Shit happens. I don't want to do that because I'm at almost 200 frames per second. A little bit smoother, eh? Hoi! Damn, my firewater already sold, dude. It's only 4 gold, but damn. I always check this chick for that recipe.
I supply only the finest goods.
She don't have it. Oh. Can't mount in here, dumbass. Oh, hey. Just grouped with her. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and queue back up. Oh, I'm still in it. Nice. Right? Oh, maybe not. Let's go Scolia. No, Strat. I like lower. And let's do Dire Maul. Which one is going to be most beneficial to me? Dire Maul East. We got Blade, increase your dodge chance. That would be good for protection. The Satyr rather, would be fucking cool. I don't care about any of that. Increase chance to get a crit. Spells. Ace of Elementals. Indris. Oh, I remember farming this fucking thing on my rogue so much. Finally got it to drop right when MC was no longer focused upon. Ooh, no. 3 arcane damage to the attacker. I guess that would be okay for like tank. Spell damage. You know, that would be kind of cool if you're farming, you know, elementals. That would be really fucking cool. Ring of 6 health per 5, 10 stamina. Okay, so east is okay. What we got in west? Crit. Defense plus 7, that would be fucking pimp. These are buying on pickup. They're kind of, it's kind of weird, right? Huh. spell damage, increased defense. Kind of shitty though. And then we got increase, silence resist. Defense plus 7, 15 agility. Shit. There's another good one too. At least for tanking, and that's kind of what I'm looking for, right? That'd be kind of cool to have. Chance to dodge. This would be... not very good, actually. There's a chance to dodge by 2%. That would be alright. Protection warrior. Damn, this is a really good boss, too. And that looks like a library run. Yeah, he's in library. So Dire Mall West. So what's Prince drop? Meh. That would be okay. Got a chance to hit, though. No, it's still 79% upgrade on that one. Eldritch, yeah. Those would be good to have. Daggers, huh? I think I'm gonna go and queue for Dire Mall West just because there's a lot of tank gear in there. Here, dungeons. Let's go with, I still like Strat. I'm gonna go Dire Mall West and Lower Black Rock just because I need my keys. Okay. Now, while we're looking for that, oh yeah, I wanted to readjust. Well, I can do that in flight.
Time is money, friend.
And we are going to Old Bellwood. All right, so I want to kind of get the graphics a little bit better. I mean, I have the ability to go 3840, but that's going to put my UI so small. I can adjust the UI scale, though. Field of view down to 50. I wonder what that'll do. Oh, it just zooms you out. Alright. What is? Controls, intensity, variable rate. Dropped a, no, I'm still hovering at that 190 to 200 frames per second. I don't know what the hell this is supposed to do. Enabling this while future supported hardware may improve FPS. Things maxed out. Turn that down. Turn that. Turn brightness up, maybe. Thinking that too dark? I don't think that's too dark. Maybe just put this to 1. Yeah, that's better on my eyes. Manage bookmark, show pets when solo. I wonder how, like, but there's got to be a way to turn this on and off when you go into a group, right? Alright, guess you didn't want to party. It's all good, bud. Oops. Huh. 0.5 boss. Wonder what boss that is. Alright. So, here's to hoping this camp isn't really farmed out. Usually it is, but they kind of leave the trees alone and they drop the savage fauna. And that shit sells for like 20 silver a pop. Drops pretty quickly, so. They got 22 so far, yes, 17, so almost 18 silver. And if we get lucky, we can grab like a water elemental every now and then, maybe get a essence of water. Those usually sell about 10 gold or so. I wonder if there's okay. Wonder if there's any thorium in this zone or not. Borealis. Searing Gorge, Plaguelands, Eastern Plaguelands, Western doesn't look like there is. Oh well. Need a bunch of that shit too. Getting rocked. I don't see any elementals, so someone's farming out here. I say someone. Oh, there's one. There's probably a couple people out here, though. See if I can't snag this bad boy. Nope. Figured there would be people out here. So good. I think these trees have a chance to crop some herbs too. I think I got some blind weed off of these guys, and that sells for quite a bit. I think like 30, 40 silver a pop. But the loot table's so big on herbs that you might get fucking silver. y'all. Let's see what this is. Let's open that bad boy up. Okay. There we go. Hello, Mr. Water Elemental. I like these elementals too because you can actually lead them, which is weird. Pop over here, right? Damn, these things are a lot easier at 60. Look at that. Ain't getting shit off. Another one should pop here in a second. I'm pretty sure 3 pop here. 1 pops in the middle. 3 pop on that island. And like 4 or 5 pop over on that end. But if these 2 just respawn, this 3rd one should spawn. Yep. And honestly, I'll probably just stick to these 3. I don't want to contend. And I'll farm the trees around here. So I think this is on a 4 or 5 minute respawn. There's one. Grab that one. Could have, but meh. Come over here and just kind of sit here. Running away from me. Didn't mean to do that. Getting quite a bit of the savage frond though. Like that. I'll take it.
What's wrong, Miss Gill? What's wrong, baby? Huh? Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna slap that up there. Let's move it though. Let's put it right here. Next time, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pop that when the first one goes down. I'm pretty sure it's a 5-minute, but that seemed way quicker, right? There's 3 of them. I'll clear these ones out just because I won't have to bring them over and that thing won't spawn. And just killed the water elemental, so I doubt I'm gonna have to keep an eye over there. Not getting lucky with the herb drops though. I don't think I've seen a single one yet. So I can't complain too much. I haven't been farming too long for shit. But I'm gonna strap in because this is gonna be a long farming session. Might queue in between though. Might probably just queue for Dire Maul, now that I think about it. Since it's in this continent, if I do Strat or Skull Lance, it's gonna have to fucking parse and then come all the way back, spend about 30-40 minutes of just travel time. And there's a lot of good tanking gear in Dire Maul. At least a lot of pre-raid shit. Pre-C anyways. Trying to phase 6, but it's kind of nutty because now it's like, oh man, we got what, 7 weeks, or is it 8 weeks until pre-patch? And it seems like a long time, but holidays and everything like that, I don't think it's enough time. At least for me, I started way late. I mean, I was already fucking almost well, right at the end of phase 5, phase 6 before I actually hit 60. There's so many good games out right now, you know. And then December, there's so many of those great games that are coming out with content updates and shit. I mean, even retail, their housing thing, I'm gonna have to hop on there, do that for a little bit, see what I can come up with, you know. Seeing some people doing some wild shit already, putting like fucking windows and skylines and shit. I'm gonna bring it over to this side, just in case this other one pops. Couple trees. Now I'm gonna start pulling towards these 3, just in case it spawns. Tank them, facing. Stop moving, bitch. God, I need more hit. There he is. Then we're gonna start the timer after this one dies. Just to see how long it actually is. That way I'm not kind of guessing and pulling them there. I think, yeah, there's that one. So this will spawn around 30 seconds after the initial, and then the guy over here is going to spawn after. So I can probably keep these 4, right? really off the spawn timer. This guy was 30 seconds. Damn. I don't want to get too far because I know he's going to spawn soon. I always like these trees. They're kind of creepy. Alright. So we're at 2 minutes for everything to spawn after the first one. Now we gotta see the exact time. I'm pretty sure it's like 5 minutes. Could be wrong. Could be 6. Could be 4. Oh my god, I missed so much. Gotta drag this guy's ass back, right? Oh, now there's 2 of them farming. I want to say these 2 guys should spawn here pretty quick. Oh, missed that one. Oh well. So that one's looking like maybe 3 minutes 50 seconds for that one to spawn. Give or take. Cleared them all out. You know, these guys drop silver, so that's good. You know, I wish the elementals dropped a little bit more silver than they actually do, but whatever. Alright, so what are we at? 29. Quick math on that. 29 times. So got about 5 gold in those already. Okay, so it's not 5 minutes. So 5:40. We got a warlock in here. Shit. 30 seconds, this one will spawn, and then in 2 minutes, that one will. She might die. that gets her, yeah. And it did. Alright. These timers have to be a little laxed, eh? Because we already had almost a minute now and it still hasn't spawned. That one spawned in 5.5 minutes. Give or take. No, as soon as I pull this, it's going to spawn. Yeah, see, we're already at minute 40. What the fuck? That one spawned first, what? Why didn't that middle one spawn? There it is. I didn't kill him out of order. What ifs? Now we got about 3 minutes of just kind of running around farming these guys and we'll head back. Finally got some herb there. And again, if you get in here by yourself, it's, you know, you're just going to do a little loop around this whole fell water shit. You know, 1 there, 3 spawn on that island, 5 in the back over there, and the 3 that I've been farming. But good luck. I mean, this place is always camped at some point in time. There's always somebody here. I got lucky when I was leveling here one time, and I think I got like 10 of those water essences. There kind of wasn't really anybody here. It's a nice little 70 gold an hour farm, I guess, because I think I was there for like an hour or so. That one would be spawning pretty quick. And we got a minute before that guy spawns over there. Give or take, I mean, shit, it's kind of bouncing around a little bit. Wait here for now. See, now this one is different. I wonder why that is. It's just a guesstimation or rounding. I don't know. Figured it would just be systematic. Hey, every 5 minutes this thing respawns, but not making any sense. Gives a chance for all the trees to respawn, though. Yeah, see, now we're a minute over the last time it spawned. Any trees I can pull well? 7 minutes. So we got like 550 and 7. I guess anywhere between 5 to 7 minutes, or 5 to 8 minutes, something like that. Just in case that one over there spawns again. I want to be close enough to it. Tag it. Okay, let's go grab this guy, bring him down with us. Oh, no, we can grab this one. Okay. You can charge me, I don't give a shit. Spawn timers are all kinds of jacked. Probably just focus more on these guys to get the Savage Prawn. 17 to 18 silver a pop. I think I cleaved the other one, right? So it should be pretty quick. Okay. Go grab these guys. We got about 2 minutes before that spawns. Should be able to clear all the way around this tree. I'll just keep moving. 5 minutes. Let me go head back. There should be a couple in here that I can pull to this side. Alright, 6.5 minutes. There he is. Stop it. Think about just letting it roll and do the math, but meh. Alright, these guys respawn over here yet? No. Oh, hey. That dude must be gone. I mean, I don't mind. I'll come in here and grab your shit, homie. soon, right? Possibly? Yep. Kill some more trees. I still got about 15 minutes before the next one spawns. Give or take. It's between 5 and 7 minutes, it's looking like. I think those things sell for like almost a gold. Scroll of agilities. Alright, where's the that guy out there is going to spawn first, right? Nope, I was wrong. Not getting lucky with it, though. I think it's like an 8% drop, though. There's times you'll get one on everyone, and then there's times you don't see shit. Yeah, see, these spawn timers are kind of fucked. What's going on here? You just need to run around for a little bit. Fuck it. Well, if he's over here, he's probably not. Damn, you can't kill that thing quicker than that, but... care about that, you just fucking farm them, huh? Especially since he's horde, fuck him. Say one more is gonna pop over here. Get out of there. Go for a little swim, bud. It's the only thing. It would be nice to be a shaman, man. Off that water walking. Shit. A single one yet. I'm on the couch. Oh, which one did I join? I don't even know. Oh. Huh. No, that's I'm couch locked and jamming, so I went in the wrong channel. Created this one because I kind of just put on music and shit. Not only that, if Matt gets on, he knows I'm fucking high as a giraffe ass, so. God damn, man, these fucking water elementals are stingy bitches today. Yeah. Did they nerf it? Oh, that sucks. Cause I was leveling in here, just grinding from like fucking, I don't know, 52 until like 56 or something like that. Just off of the trees and shit, because they dropped the savage fauna and that stuff fucking sells for a bunch too. Well, not flora rather, not fauna, but it's like 18 silver a pop, and they drop them pretty frequently, you know. So I ended up making a bunch of gold in here. Yeah. And the thing is that's what makes Fury Warriors so good, though. So, how do you get Rend on the Alliance side? Uh-huh. Right. And he gets the fucking buff, yeah. Right. End up getting the dual talent specialization and going deep crot. Trying to get some gear now. Kind of fill it out a little bit. But at the same time, it's like, fuck, man. I haven't tanked in Classic before. So now it's like, do I go into the group and just tell them I suck or what? You guys are so far ahead, though. Yeah, probably be way easy. They're all 55 and 54. Right, right. Oh, it's a lot of dire maul shit that I need. I already got. Yeah. Oh, I think I already got my free raid shit. Oh, and when are they? Or are they just impromptu? Do what now? Pay what? Uh-huh. Christ. Uh-huh. And someone didn't pay, huh? Right. I was like, yeah, for 150 gold now since you stiffed me 50, bitch. Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. Ugh, I feel sorry for this priest. She's level 60 as well. She's trying to kill these water elementals. I've killed like damn near 2, almost 3 before she got 1 down. I have yet to get a fucking water elemental though. Or essence of water. yeah, and you have to like cycle between them. So that makes sense. I always, every now and then I'll see you in there and I'm like, well, what's he doing in there? Yeah. Look at the crossroads chat, gotcha. Shit, goddamn. What the fuck happened with all the time, man? 20 years ago seems like fucking 2 weeks ago. Aquaphobic mount suck. Yep. Is it tomorrow? Oh yeah, Tuesday. I want to look at that actually. So I need 110,000 honor for next week. Which I got like fucking 50k honor in, I don't know, 3-4 hours. No, it wasn't that long, was it? There were 8 minutes a game? 80 minutes? Yeah, I guess it was like 2 hours. Might just say fuck it on these water elementals and focus on the trees. At least they drop a bunch more shit. Is there a add-on other than Auctioneer that'll like, I don't know, tell you what current auction house prices are? Pardon me, it's like, I don't think, if these things are 7 or 8 gold a piece, I don't think it's worth it. Losing gold per hour by waiting for the respawns. Ain't dropping shit. Auctioneer does that for me for vendor, and it'll save it, but it saves it from the last time I was in the auction house, so you know prices change so fucking much. Might just put a fucking, yeah. So I remember there used to be a, what was it called? Price check. It's the add-on, I think. You know, I thought for sure elemental water would be selling for a lot more than it is, just because of the frost protection. people doing sap and shit, but those purple lotuses, they don't sell for shit. Yeah. Yeah, black lotus. Yeah. When did Axe drop? That was just somewhat recent, right? No, like when did the phase 6 start? 2 months? Maybe it was quite a bit ago. Yeah. That's what I told Heather this weekend. I sat there and said, "You remember when I told you that Aaron was telling me he was gonna do the raid leading stuff, and then they kill leader got like I told her the drama of it." And I was like, "Well, guess what happened?" So they fucking 15 for 15. The go, yeah. Run around swimming, ain't getting a damn thing. Oh, no. And everywhere I'm looking, they're telling, like, fastest way, more or less, to get the heroics unlocked and everything is just getting a static group and do a bunch of fucking dungeons for TBC. Yeah. Did you get any loot out of there from, like, I don't know, do you have any tier 3 on your guy? power and hit. I think it's the same thing in TBC too. You're going to be in fucking leather all through that as well. Have you guys already been talking about the glaive priority? Rogues first, I hope. Okay. Rogue, yeah. Yep. The only thing with Restoral Shamans and TBC is they just don't have a oh shit button, you know? They don't have that instant cast that's gonna fucking top them off. But Wind Fury, so. They didn't the first time, so. King in 5v5 because of heroism. Holy Pally would be cool. I mean, the MS and Holy was fucking pimping too. Yeah. Hell, I even was able to get Matt, oh, what are those selling for? Fucking shit. I get a living essence, but not a fucking water essence, you bitch. It was actually Wrath, actually, PvC, but I took Matt in there with my MS Warrior, and he was Rep Paladin. We still got, you know, I was able to get him to like 1650, but, yeah, that's the thing, is most people would be like, 1650 is like, you know, people that know Matt know that's pretty hard, but we also got the, hottest streak, which you win 10 ranked arenas without losing in a row. Uh-huh. Yeah. Then it's immediately, oh, I died because you didn't heal me. No, motherfucker, you died because you're dumb. And don't get me wrong, I mean, Warriors and TBC don't have an insane amount of mobility, but you have enough. You get Intervene. Oh, Wrath, fuck. Oh my god. Yeah. And then Heroic Leap to get back out. Because I got Heroic Leap in... No? Oh, so the next one? Okay. I knew it was somewhere in there. But either way, and I guess, I don't know. Which will shatter Sapalita's bubble. Yeah, yeah. Right. And really, I think retail kind of spoiled everybody that didn't go through, obviously, the old stuff. Oh, innocence of water. Because of the stance dancing. You didn't really have to do that, you know? And now you really do. Right. What? Right. Oh. And who's this? Oh, okay. Oh, that guy. That was fucking guy. Okay, I know who you're talking about. Yeah. No. That was the guy that was all bitching in chat. Yeah. Yep. All right. As far as that, yeah. I get everything. Yeah. Just- yeah. Oh, shit. Right. No, yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. How do you not understand that you're not that good, I guess is the thing. It's that arrogance level. Or maybe it's ignorance level. here it is classic and warriors are king, so it's like, oh, I want to be the best. I want to be meta, maybe. I don't know. Uh-huh.
What?
Uh-huh. No. I mean, you know, if they're not the greatest, so yeah, this is... Warriors are technically the best tank, but that doesn't mean a best meta tank fully geared warrior versus a guy who knows a druid inside and out. You know what I mean? Oh, fuck, what? Out of your head. Holy shit, you've known these guys for a while then, eh? Uh-huh. So he's got that main character syndrome, huh? Yeah. Well, that one time in Discord with him, just hearing him, granted he was drunk or whatever, but I'm a pretty big first impression guy, and I'm like, yeah, fuck that. If you're in here bitching about loot, and obviously you got a bunch of it, I don't know. Right. Hmm. Right. Well, that's good, but doesn't give you the right to be a fucking prick, though. Because me, I mean... Right. I don't know, I guess because I've done it all before, I've seen it all before. I was bad, I was good, and now here we are 21 years later. It's like I don't, man, I'm good with doing alt runs. I don't give a fuck. Yeah. Right. Right. That's what I did in Onyx, man. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's not bad. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Were they all geared too? That's funny. Yeah. You can get something out of it. Yeah. Yeah, I've been kind of dipping my toes in the like TBC pre-patch shit and whatnot, and getting that that itch for Kara at least. I loved those raids back in the day. Yeah, true, true. You know, I was telling myself, I was like, I don't know if I want to do an alt or not, but then there's that fucking little pack you can buy for the mounts and shit, and then 58. I'm like, fuck yeah. I know, that's what sucks, because I was like, oh man, I can use it, and I read it, and I'm like, oh no, I can't use it for Sean. Yeah, I was thinking about doing the old undead rogue again, but I don't know. I'm not sure what I really want to focus too much on. I mean, I didn't play warrior in TBC. It was mostly all my rogue and warlock for PvP. Oh yeah, if it was on horde, but then you can't transfer it over though. In raiding or in PvP? Oh. Oh, you talk. Oh, for your honor deal. Yeah. Oh man, I was playing Repo with my wife and her sister, her twin sister, and it's funny shit because they're twins and they can, I don't know what that fucking thing is, where they can understand each other without context, I guess. So I'm lost in most of the conversations they have, but they also, because Heather, she's a leader type, you know, and Holly's pretty strong-minded as well. And I told them it's like watching two people fight over the single brain cell between them, because it's like when you get them together, they can't make a decision to save their lives. But they're both very, very intelligent people if they're not together. So we're trying to do this. I was dead at the time, but so I was in the cart, because you have to pick up their head to turn it in with all your loot and stuff like that to be rezzed. And they're sitting there and they're going back and forth, and I'm just watching it. And you can't communicate because it's a what is that, proximity chat type of game. So if you're too far away, you can't hear anybody talking. And when you're dead, you just kind of spectate. And there's these like two monsters, and they're freaking out. And I'm like, trying to tell them, I was like, just calm down. It's all right. This thing's weak. You can toss them over the stairs. Well, Heather's sitting there, got a plan going, talking through the plan, but at the same time, Holly's talking through her plan, and they're executing their own plans, thinking that the other one's following them, and they both die. That's funny shit, dude. That's one of the Repo's one of those games where it's a I don't even know how to describe the genre of it, but it's like a roguelite / survival horror. I don't know, but you get guns and shit, and you shouldn't get guns in a game that looks like this, in my opinion. But you can kill the monsters and whatnot. It's pretty fun. Heather's got a goal to try to get to floor 10, and the highest they've been is floor 7. I don't know why Swift Thistle stuck in my head as something that was good back in the day. What do rogues need Swift Thistle for? Poisons? Oh, the tea, that's right. How many times have you done the classic through Wrath now? Third. Alright. Because I did play with you guys a little bit last time with my Warlock. You know, I might use the boost on a hunter, though. Hunters and TBC repeat. Okay. Yep. And they're not very gear reliant. Right, it does, yeah. But, I don't know, the classic leveling aspect of it. Are they going to do what they did last time, and they're going to do the EXP squish, or is it going to stay the same? Are they going to do the EXP squish? Like, it takes less experience to level to 58 like they did last time? Or is it still the same? Yeah. Yeah. Boost, yeah, yeah. Then why would I want to boost? Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, that's a good point. I was a little kind of pissed because I don't. Did you play Season of Discovery at all? Okay. So I got into that pretty hardcore. I think I stopped around phase 4 though, and I liked it, but at the same time, it wasn't the classic plus that I was looking for. And then lo and behold, I see that China got that shit. like, their Classic Plus is pimp, dude. Blows Season of Discovery out of the water. Well, because it's an extra paid service, and here in the States and stuff like that, even in like Euro countries, they hate microtransactions. Obviously, they got laws for it in Germany and shit. As to where China, dude, they'll fucking sell their kids for microtransactions. So it's all in the store and shit like that. That's why they got the purchasable spectral mount in the store over in China. And here, it's so much backlash for putting shit in the microtransaction, you know, that they're like, oh, fuck it, no one will buy it, so they don't do it. Not only that, they want to get more people in China on board, since it got banned there for the longest time, so they're trying to build their player base back up there. Yeah. Which I'll say I fucking hated Miss of Pandaria. I liked the Siege of Orgrimmar raid. That was it though. I guess. Yeah. Yeah, Warlords. Yeah. No, see, that's where I'm at, right? Meeting new people, and fuck that shit. But right. Yeah. Dabbing a little bit. Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. And that original guild, was that the one that you invited me to? Oh man, yeah, for Wrath. So I remember being in the Discord, and there was this chick in there during the raid, and I was just like, God damn, could someone just shut the fuck up? I just remember the picture of it, and of her, and what she was saying, and this and that, and I slowly looked over at Heather. I was like, this bitch is a cunt. She's like, what? And I was like, I don't know. It's just the way that she was like demeaning and talking down to everybody in the fucking raid, because I think it was a Uber app that we were on, and it was like you guys were progressing, or they hadn't dropped it at that point in time. I don't know, but she was all just more or less calling y'all stupid. She also looked like one of those libtards in the world, though. Yeah. God damn. Damn, so I did call that. It was just from the picture. I was like, Heather, this is. Don't get me wrong. Heather's very. She's not extreme left, but she's way more left than me. We have some nice conversations about it. Right, right. Oh yeah. Yeah. Right. Nah, I don't know, man. And I get it, you know, people are pissed, especially, you know, the right's pissed because for, what, 8 years, DEI came in, and that's all fine, right? I worked in a very corporate environment. You need that type of stuff, trust me. Been in those staff rooms where it was like, God, you need some regulation in that piece of it. But what I don't like, and I know we discussed this before, is people telling, you know, pointing the finger in your face saying, oh no, you need to believe this because I say it's so. No, fuck you. Everybody is equally worthless in my opinion. Mm-hmm. That shouldn't matter. Right. Well, what I'll say in that is that's where you need the diversity, though, is in those people doing the interviews, not so much the application vetting. Because all of a sudden you get the wrong, I'd say wrong, but the wrong type in that. It's like, oh, yeah, this guy's the best applicant. And then all of a sudden it's like, you know what? I don't like working with women, so I'm not going to go that way. You know what I mean? And that's where I think the checks and balances need to be put in. But when you sit there and be like, hey, corporate tells me that I need this quota for this, I don't agree with that. I guess because I've actually, like I said, I've been in those staff rooms and have seen it firsthand. Have heard things firsthand where I'm like, bro, you can't say that, first off. Second off, you're going to be in court, and I really don't want to go through another deposition. Thank you very much. Damn, now there's a lot of people farming these things. So I'll move on to trees. Oh. Oh, that sucks. What, I guess what part did you cut off at? Oh, okay. So did you hear me say about the application process is fine, but it's the interview that's the issue? Okay. So yeah, what I was saying was, you know, keeping all that stuff off the application should be great, right? But it's the interviewer that needs the check and balances on that piece of it, and that's where I'm like, it's important to do because, man, I've been in those staff rooms. I've heard some shit. I'm like, yeah. No, it should be a council, yeah. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Right, right. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. 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 Mm. Right, right. Yeah, that's even with the indirects, I call them indirects, but because I worked in the well, just up until recently, a compressor plant. They make everything compressor-wise, from the little fucking tire compressor pumps, whatever you want to call them, that you keep in your garage, all the way to shit that's literally as big as my living room. Very highly customizable, rather, configurations and shit. But when there are people on the floor, like their interviews and everything else like that, with that kind of hierarchy of the interview process you were talking about, it was kind of that. I would be in there as the manager of the area, and then I would have the supervisor that was the direct supervisor of the area that they were bidding for, and then I would have the group lead, because the structure there was, it was the plant manager, and then it was the like, I was the operations manager, but then you had like quality manager, fucking logistics manager, you know, all that for that team. And then it went your supervisors, and then your group leads, and then the people on the floor. And I would sit in those interviews. And that's where, especially when it became, like, we would have a manager's meeting with the plant manager every week, and that's where there's a lot of, not a whole lot of checks and balances. Where they would sit there and be like, oh yeah, this guy's pretty good, and it's like, well, actually my sister's cousin's twice removed knows him, and he's actually a piece of shit. And it's like, I don't care what your sister cousin, or even if you know this guy outside of wherever, where's the proof in that, right? And honestly, I think, especially from the individual talking to me, and I was like, that has nothing to do with whatever excuse you're saying right now, and has everything to do with the color of the guy's skin. And that caused a little ruckus in there, but you know, I don't give a shit. I call it how it is, because that dude was racist as fuck. Nope. But I don't know. That's where I say it needs to be a checks and balances type of thing in that process, because there's people, a lot of people in roles, leadership roles, I say leadership, but manager roles, that are really, really just bigots, you know. I don't know how many times I sit there and I don't know, I had this disagreement about a goddamn handrail, right? So again, one of the managers got pissed off at an employee, and all of a sudden, and they do it, seen it, heard it. If you piss one of these people off, they're gonna find a reason, right? And if you look hard enough, you can find a reason, no matter how good you are. Yeah. But yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, three, yeah, yeah. What? Like a pissed off, yeah. Fucking dick. But yeah, I was sitting in there and just going on about this chick, blah blah blah. I don't understand why. Use my name. I don't understand why Tim hasn't fired her yet. And I was like, because she hasn't given me a reason to. What are you talking about? And brought up all these handrail things, you know, because someone fell down some stairs in the parking lot, and she was a quite a large woman, and spiral fractured her like tibia, like it fucked her up pretty bad, right? And it's on the property. She was a salary employee, becomes a recordable. Recordables, they fucking hate that shit, right? But yeah, and so then it was, everybody's gonna use this handrail, blah blah blah, yada yada, put it in paper, got everybody in the plant to sign this fucking piece of paper, this and that. And he goes, right here, and he shows it on the camera that she wasn't using a handrail. And I'm like, you want me to fire somebody for not using a fucking handrail that you literally put into policy 2 weeks ago? I was like, you are fucking retarded. Yeah. Lawsuit. And the thing is, this lady has already sued twice and won twice. And I was like, you're fucking stupid. I'm not doing that. And that caused an argument between me and him. And then the plant manager, he started kind of getting on me about it. And I was like, no. This is what's going to happen. I've been here for 2 years. I've been in 2 depositions, both of them because of this fucking idiot. And I was like, fix that shit. And I left. And the thing is that rest of the day, I was kind of pissed off. So I pulled up all the cameras, had another meeting, and if I knew he was going to bring it up again. So I was like, oh, cool. I plugged my fucking laptop into the big screen, and I pulled up 15 videos of that motherfucker not using the handrail in the past 2 weeks. And I was like, I fire her, I'm firing your ass. Guess what? Shit got dropped. Nobody said anything. And then he was trying, you know, people like that try to make your life hell. But when you do that to someone like me, it doesn't turn out the way you think it's going to. Because the thing is I will take that time to dig into it like I did with those videos. And it's like, what else you got? Not to mention, I also little conversation with him and someone who cut their hand and it got infected. And if it gets infected, if you get prescribed even Tylenol at a hospital because of a workplace injury or whatever, it becomes a recordable. And this dude, he sliced his hand pretty bad. A time loss event, yeah. Yeah. Right. So it was actually both. We had the work loss piece of it, but it was also if you got prescribed any kind of drugs, and it became a recordable. So I don't know if that was a company-wide, because they did it at the last company I was at too. If you got any kind of drugs. Yeah, it might be Missouri. Yeah. But anyways, it got oh, you go ahead. Oh. Yeah, it got infected, and he was going to go in and get some antibiotics, and I sat there, I was like, damn, that sucks. Okay, that's definitely going to be a recordable. In my opinion, that shit should have got stitches. Like, it was a machine shop, so a lot of CNC machining and lathes and shit like that. And when you start cutting chips, that's son of a bitch, that's like rebar, you know what I mean? That'll cut you and you won't even know it until you start bleeding. But anyways, it was bad enough to where I was like, damn, I think that needs stitches. And the plant manager, he goes, yeah, I think so too, but I'm gonna get with Tyler, see what we can do. And I was like, okay, so you're gonna tell him to try to fucking, and sure as shit, the amount of conversations that they had with individuals to not go to the doctor, that is a huge red flag to me. Like, you don't fuck around with that type of safety just to try to keep your metric green. Fuck that. That tells me you don't give a shit about people. But what he did was not only, I would say, against the rules, but it was against the law, in my opinion. I think it is, anyways. Is he gave him his own amoxicillin, his own antibiotics, so he wouldn't go to the doctor. And I brought that up to the director, because again, we're sitting in a room and this dude wanted to pop his mouth off at me, and I was like, well, what about Demetrius? What about the fact that you fucking gave him your antibiotics to keep your metric green? Fucking death silent in there. Everybody's giving me the look like, I can't believe you said. I was like, I don't give a fuck. I'm not here for a paycheck, fellas. I can get one of those anywhere. Yeah. Yep. It's like, because there's one thing I do, and that's follow the goddamn policy. But I don't know. Plant manager just kind of let him run with it because he was, and I quote, deliverable. He was actionable. He would get something done. I was like, but that's not the right way to fucking do it, dude. I don't know. He was, yeah. Oh, fuck. And that's, yeah. The safest way to do it. Yeah. Because there isn't. Yeah, and they always say purse because it's like how we did it with safety, and then it went quality, delivery, and then, well, delivery was production, and then cost. So your cost per standard hour and shit like that, which again, I don't, the quality aspect, it was get it done. And that's kind of why I left that first place that I was at, because I got to the production manager level there, and the plant manager at the time, that dude was a fucking piece of shit, dude. He was a piece of work. And it sucks working for somebody like that when you know way more, because I was there for 7 years, 8 years before I started getting into management there. And I worked everywhere. Like, I knew every process there. Hell, I even wrote a couple of their procedures. What's that? Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Right. Oh, yeah. Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm. Well, we call them JSAs, job site analysis. Kind of go over and, yeah. Yep. Yeah, and then you just keep the literature that it's done. And some of those don't have a expiration. Like, you have to keep it forever. Right. Yeah, dilute it out. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, no shit. Uh-huh. Yeah. What the fuck? Oh. Yeah. That's... Oh, bullshit. No shit. Mm-hmm. It's I don't know, it's nutty. But yeah, it's like no, you're really not. There's no checks and balances if your superintendent's the one that's your head safety person. You know what I mean? It's not. Yeah. Uh-huh. I bet. You know, but I will say this, OSHA's kind of bullshit too, and well, what caused me to... man, well, see, I've never dealt with him, so I'm not sure, but... Completely different. Okay. So the previous plant, the one that I spent like 15 years at, you know, that was the one I was working with when we were playing back in the day. I was just on the floor at the time, but anyways, I got promoted, you know, three times, and here I am at production manager. I was over 3 departments, and there were the 3 like lifeblood, right? I'm not saying that as like a bravado thing. It just because it really fucking sucked. It was like 20-hour days. I think I worked something, and I worked from September 1st until Good Friday, and in a row. Like, there was no days in between. All holidays, I had to be there, this and that. So that's where I was like, okay, this is fucking bullshit. We had a night production manager, but he was fucking useless and would call me at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. And anyways, we had a very horrible accident because the plant manager was pushing 7 days a week in my departments. And I told him, I was like, you can't do that. You can't continuously tell these people you're working overtime 7 days a week. I was like, we're on day 52 in a row. Something's going to happen. We're going to have to go to AWS, this and that. I told him how to do the AWS schedule, which is 4 shifts, 24 hours. You know, where you would have 2 on, 2 off, 3 on, 3 off. But you would always be running 24/7. You needed another shift, don't get me wrong. But everybody were quitting because he was working them fucking 30 to 50 days in a row before they would get like 1 day off. And they were called paster. The machines were pasters, and this one piece of this machine is designed to do 2 things: pull in and cut. Well, his name was Levi, young kid. I remember I was talking to him that morning, It was right before Good Friday. And he sat there and he was talking about his daughter and this and that, blah, 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 what he was going to do during the weekend. And I sat there and I was like, oh, that's cool, dude. Hey, that's good, but keep your mind here. This machine is pretty dangerous, blah, blah, blah. Well, he ended up taking the guard off and kept the interlock on and lost all his fingers. All of them. I think he probably had a nub on his thumb. But anyways, he sat there, and I remember getting the call, went back there, saw, like, I'll never get that kid's hands out of my head, right? You see that, it's burned in there forever. Well, an hour after that fact, so we shut everything down, got him to the hospital, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Got everybody together, kind of had a safety stand down, if you will. Of course you would. Oh my goodness, my throat. But, so I sat there and I cut everybody loose. Told them to go home. And, obviously, because one of their co-workers literally had a life-changing accident. And he was young, too, man. He was like 23 years old, something like that. But shut him down. The head safety guy told him, I was like, hey, we need to do some more safety stand-downs. We got other shifts coming in, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Now, this happened at... what was it? Yeah, it was 11 a.m. and by 11:30, safety and engineering were out there, and I cut everybody loose. Right. Well, at 1 o'clock, it's me, the other production manager for the assembly side, and the plant manager in the plant manager's office. Right. And I'm talking about it and this and that, and they're like, "Man, that's so wild." Blah blah blah. How was he able to take it off? Yada yada. And I've been working in that plant for 14 years previous. Not once did I see anybody pull out what is called a OSHA gotcha stick to see if your fingers will go under the guard. There wasn't a single guard in that plant that thing wouldn't go under. So everything was out of compliance, right? But that's not really the bitch part of it. The bitch part of it is at 1 o'clock in that meeting, the plant manager asked me what I did with the people, and I was like, "Oh shit, I cut them loose, man. There ain't no way. I mean, we need to get that thing buckled down, this and that." And you know that dude had a fucking conniption fit because we weren't up and running yet. I was like, they're still pulling like pieces of finger because it's a die cutting machine with a what is it, 1/8 of an inch or something like that. And these dies are designed to cut lead, so what the hell, man? It just kind of mangled all that meat. And I was like, we're still pulling this kid out of the machine, and you're literally in here telling me why the fuck I'm not running it right now? I was like, are you high? It's fucking nuts. So, but when OSHA came in, they had a call, they interviewed a bunch of people, you know, this and that. From the time of the accident, they didn't even get to the plant until a month afterwards to do any kind of investigation, and he was there for 20 minutes. Took some pictures, and that was it. Did we get fined? Yeah, we did. $72,000. And the only reason we got fined is because someone had lost a finger or tip of a finger 4 years prior. There's a 5-year mark. Like after 5 years, if someone, you know, had some kind of amputation, it gets off your record. And, you know, they were extremely pissed about having to pay that $72,000 because a kid lost all his fingers. I lost my shit. That's the thing is you would think, but he augmented the guard. He's the one that took it off and kept it interlocked. Yeah. And the thing is, but I'm telling you, man, and you know, all the court things are all done and everything else, but I'll tell you right now, those interlocks didn't work. They didn't. We found that out when we saw how he took it off. And it was just hanging there. Like, it wasn't bolted on or anything. For something that dangerous to not have but a piece of plexiglass and an interlock on one side, not both. So you can literally just swing that thing open and it'll still stay interlocked, right? But that's how they kind of got away from that. I think he did win somewhat of a settlement, but not what you would think. Not for losing all, you know, the ability to use your hands. Uh-huh. Right. Yeah. Uh-huh. Oh. Right. Wow. Alright. So it's a, oh, I didn't hit my quota this month, so guess what? Yeah, yeah. Yeah. That's fucking nuts. And I don't know, I think it's just all the same. Plants are plants. Well, I just meant like safety in general and safety culture and stuff like that. They preach that shit, but it's like what you were saying, and I got first-hand view of that. It's not. It's about end of month is coming. Get this fucking out because revenue. I mean, yeah. I just, I don't know. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right, right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. See, and I guess the thing about that is, again, when it comes to money, right? Because that scenario you just said is something that I would try to do on a daily basis as a manager, not a supervisor. Would be, okay, so you have to plug this in. Let's take their shipping department. They had cardboard corners and they had to use a table saw for that. Well, they installed it in a dumbass area where either the extension cord was going to be on the ground in front of a door, or you had to loop it around the door to plug it in. Right? I would have to like roll up a full-on cost analysis of that, and I'm like, what do you mean I have to put down how much money this is going to save me? I was like, it's going to prevent an accident, which if you look at your slips, trips, and falls, which is our #1 in the plant, and we're paying what? How much? $100,000 a year? I was like, it's going to take somebody no more than fucking an hour or two to do this, right? But And it always got to that point. Once there was a overall dollar amount of what it was going to cost to do, and if it exceeded anything else like that, it just got ignored. Like, we had so much racking and so much weight in these racks, because it's all, you know, it's all cast iron fucking shit in there. But it was one of those where every rack in that plant, you couldn't walk and see a rack that hadn't been hit by something. And each one of those is a $50,000 OSHA fine. And there wasn't, and they'll shut you down, right? But it took, we got a guy in there, and I think it was like $150,000, and they would need the plant for 3 days. And we would have to take everything down, and then they would fix all the racks and do all this stuff. Got denied. And I'm like, you got racks over here that you had a maintenance guy splice angle iron because the bottom of it had to be cut out. And you got this thing loaded, you know, 5,000 pounds per section. It's like, y'all fucking nuts. But again, it's all just about the bottom line, the dollar amount. So that's when it's like, you know what, you can sit there and get everybody together. Oh man, we haven't had I think it was the biggest bullshit thing we had was a safety manager. Again, was the same guy that I really disliked and always kind of fucked him up during the staff meetings. I think I made it as a point because he was that guy that would be like, everybody else's places suck, I'm the best, you know. And it's like, no, actually you're not. But he spent like $15,000 on this plant safety day. And don't get me wrong, that was cool in the sense that the people on the floor and everything, you know, we got them all. We have a restaurant in that town called Colton's. It's like a steak restaurant. So we got the entire plant, like a steak dinner, all this other stuff. There was like games and whatnot for the day. But to celebrate the fact that we went 365 days without a recordable, when I know damn well we had 3. But they did their whole backdoor dealing thing. So I'm like, so you're sitting here and you want to celebrate, you want to do this. I didn't participate in that day because I was getting my ass hammered for not doing my boss's part of our 3+9. So when you're operations manager, you have to worry about the revenue and forecasting. So you have like your budget for the year, which is usually done in October, and it's like, hey, this is what we think is going to land. We want to get these things fixed, blah, blah, blah. Here's the money for it. But then you have like a 1+9 where it's like, hey, my projection for revenue was, I usually did about $10, $11 million a month in revenue that I forecasted. And if we were actually going to do like 9, I had to make those adjustments, right? Well, every month it goes to an AOP, and then it went to a 1+11 and a 2+10. You know, every month it had to be readjusted, and then the quarters were those where it got locked in, and that was it. But anyways, my boss had to roll it up to his boss, and he wanted to participate in the safety day, so he had me doing all that shit, which is a lot of just data crunching and spreadsheets, more or less. So I'm sitting there, I'm doing all this shit, and sure as fuck, here comes old safety manager, and I was talking to the plant manager about it, and I'm like, hey, so this 3+9, it's not lining up to what we were saying in the 2+10. And he goes, oh, well, you got to rework it and do this, do that. And then again, here comes safety manager. He goes, you know, everybody's out there for this safety day, blah, 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 yada, yada. And he goes, except this guy here. And he's looking at me, and I'm at my desk, and I literally, like, I was pissed off about this fucking 3+9 thing. Anyways, it's not my responsibility. I'm just doing it because I would always hear, well, you're capable. So I was doing that shit, and I looked at the plant manager, I looked over him, I was like, well, the real reason I'm not participating isn't because this guy's having me do 18 million things right now that need to be done by the end of the day, but more so because we've actually had 3 recordables that you didn't report. So how about you get the fuck out of my office? Plant manager looked at me. He's like, man, you gotta, if you want to do that, close door that shit. And I was like, nah, I'm tired of this motherfucker. I don't know if you noticed, but I've really hated the safety manager at that place. And useless, really. I mean... Right. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Yep, yep. Yeah. Yep. In the dozer. Yep. Yep. Yeah.
So I literally had to get on a creeper to get under these vehicles to like do oil changes and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, I go, name one fucking shop, name one mechanic shop, and show me proof that they wear hard hats in their shop, and I will start wearing a hard hat in here.
Nope.
And he's like, yeah, you're right. I've never seen a mechanic shop wearing hard hats. Yeah, fucking asinine, dude. You ever tried to crawl underneath a fucking truck with a hard hat on?
Right on. Yep.
Dude, you want to talk about getting pissed off?
Yeah. I don't, have you ever worked on an OSHA site? Like an actual, like huge, yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes.
those
I've
are
worked,
fuck. Next level.
I've worked on sites, dude, where literally there's 3 guys standing at certain spots up in the air, like up on these balconies, and their whole
watching.
fucking job,
Yep.
and they have a bullhorn, and their whole fucking job, literally, if you're on that site, safety-toed boots, gloves, hard hat, and safety glasses, earplugs, all have to be in all the time. You can go to the shitter, get out of the shitter, and start putting your gloves on, and there'll be a guy on the fucking bullhorn and be like, get your gloves on. Right as you're fucking, you had to put your gloves on before you exited the shitter.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm like, go fuck yourselves.
Yeah, when I was doing the reserve power shit, I was at a Google facility that they were building, data center, and we were doing the reserve power, you know, in the battery room, and it was the exact same way, dude. That the hard hat, especially when we were like, because we went from racking to the giant batteries, and then we would have to land the lines, and don't get me wrong, that was probably the most probably terrifying thing I did for that previous plant was the reserve power, because we fucked around with some heat. But you know, if we had to bend down and put your head into the rack, your hard hat is like what you were saying. You know, working underneath a vehicle, that shit's gonna fall off. It's gonna get in the way. It's gonna cause more of a safety issue than anything else. But dude I was working with, he had it on the ground. He put his head down in there. He started like doing some small wire stuff. OSHA dude came in there, wrote him up because he didn't have his hard hat on.
Yep.
Now,
And in all reality, it's fucked up, but OSHA's not in the wrong, because
No.
they're like, if you can't do the job safely, and these are the safe ways we want it done, then
Figure it
you
out.
go in and you go and you talk to your safety manager and be like, hey, this is the job I need done. I cannot do it in this situation. So you either need to come up with a better plan or rope off this area where hard hats aren't required in this area, and then I can go do the job. But it's up to you guys now to go figure out how I can go do my job safely. Let me know when it's done, and then walk away.
Yep.
Yeah, safety people don't like me most of the time, because I know I've been around this shit for 20 plus years. Most of the time I know more than they do. So they're like, well, you just need to get it done. And I said, well, go fuck yourself, because
Not doing
there's
it.
no safe way to do it.
Yep.
Like, I had one guy, oh fuck, he hated me. One safety guy fucking hated me. He was sitting there and he goes, oh yeah, if you guys are going up the conveyor belts, you need to tie off. And I said, well, what are we supposed to tie off to? He's like, well, you can tie off to the rollers. I said, are they rated at 5,000 pounds?
Fucking rollers.
Yeah, well, they're like the conveyor belt rollers.
Yeah.
Like troughing rollers, basically. And he goes, tie off to the troughing rollers as you climb up, piggyback off one after the other. And I said, are those troughing rollers rated at 5,000 pounds? Because you have to have a picking point at 5,000 pounds to be legally tied off.
Right.
And he goes, well, I don't know. And I said, well, then we can't, until you test it and figure it out, you can't go up it. And I go, or you can weld picking eyes, or weld like eyes on the conveyors to where we can tie off to that are rated at 5,000 pounds. He goes, well, just do your damn job. And he goes, we don't need to go through all that trouble. And I said, well, you're going to want to go through all that trouble when you get a lawsuit from someone fucking dying because they fell off the conveyor belt and it wasn't rated at 5,000 pounds and it snaps.
And what's going to happen
what you want to do
is they're going to sit there and go, well, it happened because he tied himself on the thing, the very thing they told you to do,
Exactly.
And it wasn't rated. Oh, that's his fault. And then all of a sudden they're sitting in court just like that Levi kid getting fucking hammered up. And it's like, no, we were liable for that. It's not that he did it, it's that he was able to do it. You know what I mean?
And most safety guys are going to cover their ass.
Oh yeah.
And they're going to backpedal because there's going to be a new kid that does it because they don't know better. They're going to fucking hurt themselves. And then the safety guy's like, oh, I fucking never told him to do that.
Nope. Not at all. And I'll tell you right now, first-hand experience, that operator isn't going to get his back covered, you know what I mean? It's going to be that fucking manager.
Dude, I almost killed a guy one time. No bullshit. I almost killed a guy one time.
Oh shit.
Because the plant I was running, so I was running this fucking crusher plant. And there was something on the belt. So if you go to on the left side of my plant, it ran 2-inch off the belt, and then off the other belt it ran 4 to 8 inch. And one of the 2-inch belt, which basically dropped off this huge cliff, or no, it was any reject. So it was 8-inch or above. Basically got rejected all the way back down the fucking hill. We're talking all the way to the fucking bottom, back down to the crusher to get re-crushed down to under 8-inch.
Right.
And something fucked up on that belt, and so I could shut that belt off and then redirect that shit and just crush it. I just had to open my cone up a little bit more, and I had to slow everything down a little, but I could re-crush up there. I just had to slow shit down and open my cone up.
Right.
And so I was like, okay, so they're like, hey, can you shut that belt off? And I'm like, yeah, the belt's shut off. Make sure you guys lock it out. And they're like, okay. And so I fucking did all the rest of the shit. I'm not paying attention. And so all the interlocks on that plant didn't work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so I'm fucking paying attention over here, and something else fucked up. So like I think my banana belt fucking started slipping, which means it's getting overloaded. It's getting too heavy. So I can kick everything back out to the left instead of the right onto the banana belt. So I fucking switched everything off to my left, started kicking shit off to my left. Well, when I did that, I hit the fucking button that turned that 8-inch plus belt back on. That guy was standing on the fucking belt.
Oh shit.
And he was not tied in.
Yeah.
He had his safety harness on, but he was not tied in. And so I watched him. He was going up the fucking belt, dude, like basically to a fucking 150-foot fall.
Damn.
And I fucking hit the E-stop, and I'm like, well, fuck, that's pointless because the interlocks aren't working. So then I just shut the whole plant down.
Yep.
I just fucking shut everything down. And they're like, why is the plant shut down? And I said, you go talk to fucking Randy and ask him why.
Bet he's gonna like it. He liked me for shutting that shit down.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, that guy was. I don't want to talk ill because he died.
Oh shit.
A few years back. He was a fucking. I felt bad for the guy. He was an older gentleman. He was probably. He'd probably be in his like late 50s now, mid to late 50s now. This is also like 10 years ago when I worked there, 8 years ago. Actually, no, it was like 5 years ago. So he'd probably be in his mid 50s. But he was the guy knew this fucking plant inside and out. He knew how to basically change screens to create any type of material we needed. The guy was a fucking genius when it came to this plant. The problem was he was a raging alcoholic, and alcohol ran his life.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he would have been, if alcohol didn't run his life, he probably would have been the plant manager. That's how long that guy's been working there, and that's how knowledgeable that guy was.
Huh.
But he died from like stage 4 cancer and alcoholism.
Yeah.
Like the doctors were, or maybe it was stage 3, and the doctors are like, dude, your body is so fucked up from all the alcohol you've drinking. There's really no point in doing treatment.
It's like you're pretty much cooked. Poor guy.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, bro, that sucks. Well, he ended up dying from cancer. That's like, but if you didn't drink all that alcohol, dude, you might have had a chance to fight it. Like, I mean, it's still stage 3, so it's still like 50-50 whether you win or lose.
Right.
But yeah, that was the time I almost killed a dude, fucking sending him up the conveyor belt.
Damn. But the thing is again, interlock's not working. You pop your E-stop, that bitch better work. Nope, doesn't work, so you have to flip the main switch. You know what I mean? That's not... And not only that, it's like, lock it out, you know?
The problem is, I was the fucking plant operator. That is my plant. I am 100% responsible for everything that goes on in that plant. So even if he didn't lock it out, I should have started it before he got on it to make sure it was locked out. But that's shit you learn, and I'm glad you got hurt, because now it's like, no, dude, you fucking go lock that shit out, you test it, all right, now we can start working on it.
Yep.
You know, and that's like my new boss, Raphael. He's like, all right, hey, we gotta go work on the screen. We're gonna weld a new plate on the screen. I'm gonna go lock it out. And then he'll call me on the radio. He's like, Sean, you got eyes on it? I said, yep, I got eyes on it. And he goes, all right, it's locked out. I'm starting it now. And then I'll be like on the radio, nothing turned on. He goes, okay, it's locked out. We can work on it now.
Yep.
You know, it's just that what, 30-second extra step, 1 minute extra step.
Save someone's life.
Yeah.
I
The
mean,
other guy we worked with, Chris, he's like, dude, I hope he never becomes in charge, dude, because he's the complete opposite. He's like, oh, fucking just jump in it. It's only gonna take 30 seconds to get it fixed.
one of those, I'm not
Not
OSHA
anything.
approved, I'm oh shit approved or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, get
Yeah,
fuck out of here.
he does the squid technique when it comes to grinding. And I'm like, bro, just put some fucking safety glasses on.
Oh my god. Fuck that,
Like,
dude.
squid technique, fuck that, dude. But you only have 2 eyes, bro. You fuck
Yeah.
those 2 up, you don't get new ones.
Nope.
Same with your hearing. Like those are the 2 things you don't get new. They don't fix themselves.
Nope. Oh man, I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get back into manufacturing or not. I mean, I've been in it for almost 20 years, but I was hoping that getting high enough up, you can change things. You can't change shit. It's just,
No, you just gotta fuck. You see more bullshit is what you do.
oh yeah, 100% more. But I don't know. Pays very well. But again,
Yeah, I'm still waiting for my
it's,
boss to call me back.
I guess it's not paying anything now since I quit, but I don't know.
Yeah, the no paycheck kind of sucks.
Yeah, but at the same time, I never changed the way I spent money when I started making a lot more of it. So, hell man, I was putting 40% away for the past 5 years. That's why when I sat there talking to Heather, I was like, man, I don't know if I can keep on doing this fucking bullshit here. I was like, hopefully, I was thinking that if I went to another plant, well, no, I know what the problem was, is the manager level. Because what I had done was, you know, as a supervisor, it's like, okay, this is all right, it's good, but I could probably do something a little bit better. That's why I got promoted. Previous place, started doing the manager thing for about 2 years, and that's when I found out, oh fuck, you don't want leaders or not really competent people. You're wanting just the bottom line. You want a green metric right now for nothing. And no matter what you do, you're not going to get that unless you put some money into it. You don't want to put money into it. So what the fuck are you supposed to do here? It's just a flat circle is manufacturing. So then I went to this place and I told Heather, I was like, all right, going to go here, but I'm just going to be a supervisor. I'm not going to go up to the manager role. 6 months later, I accepted the manager role. That was a fucking mistake.
That's funny.
Because, you know, they tell you, it's like, oh, it's leadership. There's no leadership in that level. It's, you're either going to be a good leader or you're going to be a good manager. There is very, very seldom can you be both. Because if you're a good leader, you're going to care about your people. You're going to try to give the company's, I guess, vision and try to, and I don't want to say dumb it down, but put it into relatable terms so you get buy-in from your guys, you know. But to be a good manager, you don't give a fuck about that. It's that bottom line. It's that green. It's that revenue. It's doing everything you can, fucking everybody else over, you know, to get that metric. And that's what's so difficult with me, is because when you're in a staff room with 10 other guys that think that way and you don't, it's just, I don't know, cantankerous, I guess. Gives me pretty pissy because I'm like, how are you guys this way? So that's where I'm like, I just don't think I can do that type of shit. I think it needs to change, but there's not a whole lot of people at that level that are willing to do that. There's a whole lot of fucking yes men. There's times I just want to look around the table and and be like, y'all need to grow some fucking dicks. Why are we just saying, yep, we can do that? I was like, this commercial guy is trying to sell fucking spaceships and we build compressors. What the fuck? Yeah, but it's $122,000 job. I was like, I don't give a shit. It's $138 million revenue per year annual that I'm over. I don't give a shit about this job. Not if it's going to get someone hurt.
Speaking of pain, I'm filling out my fucking. Oh,
You're filling out your what?
yeah. Got my fucking Ren buff. Ugh, so stoked.
You know, I just noticed we lost the fucking anniversary buff. I thought that we were gonna have it till tomorrow.
I was filling out my unemployment, dude. And I wasn't sure how much I was gonna fucking make. And I just looked, dude. It's $11.52 a week.
Like $1,100.
Yeah.
Ain't bad actually for unemployment. Shit.
Yeah, not bad at all. I was thinking it was only gonna be like 800.
Yeah. See, that's what I'd figure. That's kind of odd. No, different states, different laws. Okay. Because like if someone was out on FMLA for us or short-term or long-term disability, they weren't allowed to do unemployment or some kind of bureaucratic rule here.
Like at the end, I have one extra question.
Mm-hmm.
So, were you eligible for dispatch or referral as required by Operating Engineer 612? It's like, yeah. Then, did you refuse a dispatch or bid for work?
Oh yeah, you're union. That's probably why.
Yeah. My weekly shit is filled. The wife's gonna be happy because, not gonna lie, bro, we're fucking, with me being out of work since August because of my sickness. It's been a little thin,
little tight.
The old bank account.
Yeah.
To where, yeah, it's been a little tight. Like, sucks because the kids are like, well, can we go do this? And it's like, and it's something stupid like bowling.
Yeah.
And it's like, fuck, I want to take them bowling. It only costs us like $50-$60 to go bowling for like half a day. And it's like, yeah, I want to take you, but it's like, hey, how about we just go to the park? You guys want to go to the park? They're like, yeah, let's go to the park.
It's like
Park's only cost me gas money to get there. That's it.
Yep. No, I get that. And it always helps when you got like Heather, super fucking supportive, man. Because again, she saw what it was kind of doing to me, just mentally type of thing. And
honestly, dude, you need to give her a big fat hug and a kiss.
Oh yeah.
Because I told my wife, like, I was like, oh, you remember D-Lo, blah blah blah. And she goes, that mattered, Kim. Yeah. She goes, yeah, I remember. And I go, yeah, he quit his job. And she's like, oh, really? I was like, yeah, I was just fucking pissing him off. Everybody there was pissing him off. It was stressful. It was just ruining his life. It's quality of life.
Yeah.
And she goes, oh, I can relate to that. Like, she goes, you've done jobs like that where it's like, it's tested our marriage, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah. She goes, well, what's he doing now? I was like, he just sits at home, smokes weed, and plays video games. And she goes, his wife's okay with that? I go, yeah, she supports him. You know, like they got their shit together.
Yeah.
They don't need the money. And she goes, oh, and she's okay with that? I was like, yes. But you also got to think my wife fucking hates video games. Like,
oh yeah.
Hate video games, but she's like, there's more important things to do in life.
Yeah, than video games. Yeah.
Which I don't disagree with her. There are 1,000 more things to do in life than just sit and play video games.
Yeah.
But there's also that time where it's like, you know what? I'm gonna sit and play a fucking video game.
Absolutely. Oh man. But yeah, she was very much so, because again, you know, that stigma of, you know, provide, that kind of thing. And it's like, I would say that if she would have been like, you know what, let's think this through, blah, 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 I would have never left, right? I would have just been miserable. But, no, she was all for it. She goes, no, I saw what the first place did to you, and this is getting even worse. But really what she saw, because she still works there at that plant. But she's upstairs in the offices and shit. And, she goes, I saw what was going on. Everything that you got tasked with, because she was in a lot of my, she was a buyer for a lot of my stuff too. But she goes, everything that you were tasked with, you had a plan and this and that, and then you would get told, no, it's not a good one. But then when, lo and behold, here comes old Mr. fucking Cody in there going, oh, this'll work. And I was like, well, no shit, that's what I told you to do. And all of a sudden, it's the greatest idea ever. So, if it came from me, it was, hey, we got to dissect everything or something's wrong, because I hadn't been there long enough, I guess, in the guy's head, to know that that was a right thing to do or not, right? But then when everybody else would sit there and be like, oh, no, that was actually a pretty good idea, blah, 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 this and that, and it's like, oh, okay, why isn't it done yet? Like, I would get that constantly. And it was bad enough to where even my guys, my supervisors, were sitting there like, why don't they just, like, do what you're saying now, because we're going to come back and do it 3 months after the fact, and it's going to be too late. I was like, dude, I don't know what to tell you. But
Yeah.
I don't know. No, she saw it, and she goes, no, we're good. You're good. Because I was only going to take about 3 months, and then she actually sat there and she goes, I'll just take the rest of the year. It's like, perfect. She goes, you know. Not only that, but a lot of manufacturing places won't be hiring in the fourth quarter.
I got a phone call real quick.
All right. Well, I guess I can go sell this shit. Call it a day.